Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. We are back with a new episode of our recap and review of the challenge 41 vets and new threats. And we are picking back up where last episode left off. We now have all of our teams together. Everybody has been selected and they've selected their partners. And we're gonna see how this game works in duos now.
I would
Um,
say we'll go over it as we go through the episode. But this episode, well, I want to say two things. One, this season is a vast improvement of the last three or four seasons we got as far as like I'm not bored yet. I'm not like it's not boring as far as like I'm not just watching it to watch it, but I'm actually kind of entertained. But in that same token, this episode in particular made me hate this season in general is making me hate a lot of people. And there's two in particular that I do not. This episode did not do them justice.
oh,
Gabe and Ani.
oh yeah, yeah.
This episode made me really dislike.
We're gonna talk about it, but that whole blow up with Nani, I was looking like Anissa. I was like, what is happening? Like
Like,
it was too
girl.
much. And then she went and kind of changed the story to other people. She said we were just in the bathroom, and then she just came up to me and started saying, "You literally asked me what's wrong," and I told you what's wrong, and you didn't like that. You're part of the fact that what's wrong.
Yeah,
Like, like she did not just come start talking to you out of the blue.
yeah.
So it was just.
Um, yeah, so we pick up essentially we see Nani, well, I don't we see Nani, Aviv, and Ashley having a conversation where basically Ashley was like, she hasn't talked to me, referring to Anissa, and Nani and Aviv was basically like, just give Anissa some space, give yourself some space because y'all just had this heated blowout the week prior, and you just gotta let it simmer down a little bit. And I was with them for the most part. Although I do, and we'll go into the fight with Anissa and Nani, think that you got to hold your friends accountable. Like you have to yes, Anissa needs to cool down, but at the same time, that was y'all moment to be like, what you did was not okay. Like this is why she like. Do you like? I just don't feel like Ashley thinks she did anything wrong. Like there's a
Don't think she did.
sense
If she
of
does think she did something wrong, she's not gonna say that because everybody like backing her or at least not making it a big deal. So she's kind of like letting it go like that's in the past.
yeah. But yeah, I don't know. We also see. I don't know if this was before, but we do see Janae try to attempt to form a partnership with Gabe, and Gabe is just like shutting her down. Like, not like Janae is the problem. Like, this was the
Yeah.
yeah, it's not the ideal situation. Yeah, I understand that you don't know me, but at the same time, you're not trying to get to know like we're stuck together, like whether you like it or not. I mean, we'll talk about that later, but whether you not like it or not, we're stuck together. So and it was crazy that they called them Gane, which was crazy, talking about a disease and
He said
a
yeah, he is. He's not my one of my favorite new threats. Because he is too. I don't know what the right word is. Is not even like
stubborn.
I don't
It's
even know
like
what the
this.
right word is.
Yeah, it's not stubborn. I don't know if it's arrogance. Like,
He is rude.
yeah.
First off, or he's being rude at least to John A. Even if you, and from what we can see, we don't know these people, but from what we can see from the cameras, from the editing, what they're showing us, John A. is trying to talk to you like just like a regular human person, and that I have to run a challenge with, trying to bounce ideas off you. Yeah, that doesn't benefit me or this or this. Okay. well, this doesn't benefit me. Let's have a conversation, figure it out. We need to be on one team. And this is before we get the twist from or whatever from TJ. So as far as you know, this is your uh partner to the end that you're gonna have to run with. So you need to get it together because I've been on the challenge several times. So more than likely I got the call back, Gabe. This might be your one and only time. So we need to get it together and act like we want to win the challenge. So I just don't like that attitude. It's very, I don't know. That's so annoying.
Yeah,
Especially for somebody who this is their first time here, to
yeah.
somebody who's been here many times.
And then it gets worse because this leads us into the daily challenge. The daily challenge we learn is trivia, and in this, they will be suspended heights over. It's a heights over water trivia challenge, where they will be asked questions while doing an elliptical or not elliptical, a stairmaster, and the stairmaster doesn't have handles. And each time they get a question wrong the speed goes up. And one, I don't, because Gabe and Janae went together. I don't know why they didn't do like partners should not be up there at the same time. I feel like that one was a disadvantage to some pairs,
Yeah.
but two, also because we see CT struggling and like, granted, they said they couldn't hold on to it, which I understand. But like CT said, my feet are too big. Like, there's nothing I can do. Like, and we talked about this before in the challenge with the Veronica with the heights thing, where she literally cannot, if she jumps, she couldn't grab the ball or whatever the case may
Yeah.
be. And there's a couple of other challenges that tend to be a little disadvantaged towards different people of different body sizes, shapes, and all that good stuff. So you're blaming me for something you knew I probably like y'all couldn't. I mean, I
They
don't know.
probably have some type of extra wide stairmaster that you could get for him and also for Gabe because he needed
Yeah,
it too. So I don't know. But also I cannot I'm assuming they had on helmets because the whole time I was watching this, I could just picture somebody, this thing is moving, the stairmaster moving. I could picture somebody slipping and hitting their head. And I
yeah,
was like, the challenge, please.
yeah. They all
I'm not
had
assuming they had
helmet.
uh
But to backtrack to Janae and Gabe, when it was their turn, Gabe made it seem like Janae was just doing like impossible when Janae was the only one answering questions right. And then when also her machine broke, which is also, I don't think she should have got
Yeah,
this
I don't think
for
you should have been
that.
disqualified for that. He broke. Like this, what kind of flimsy stuff is this? The whole iPad fell off. And then
Exactly.
I'm disqualified?
Yeah,
No.
because one, it was going down the stairs, so she had to reach for it, and that ended up making her jump off because again, this is a hazard.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
if I
I
trip
thought
over
that was
this, I'm
crazy.
going head first. But that's why she got disqualified. And then Gabe was just like, oh my God, like she just like, I don't know. It's just I didn't like that at all. Like, sir, you didn't
I feel
answer
like he did
anything
good
correct.
at
At least you
something.
got two. So she's the reason y'all weren't last place. But yeah, like I said, CT unfortunately couldn't get it. So he ended up jumping off because he literally and physically couldn't be on that Stairmaster without holding on. And even Gabe, they was talking about he was stomping and shaking the
Yeah.
whole thing. So it's like, come on, y'all gotta at least put some type of especially over water. Like if it was
Yeah.
like the ground or something, then I think it would have been a little bit, we can figure something out. Or just had to be like a running well, I don't know about an actual elliptical, because if they would have stopped, but
Oh
uh,
yeah.
another standout was my girl Michaela, as always.
Favorite.
Basically
She
answering
got
that
12 by
question.
herself.
Exactly. Just doing that. And when Gabe was stomping, she was like, what's this? Like, what is he doing?
He
Like,
couldn't help it.
yeah. Another standout was Sydney.
Yeah.
Basically, well, she didn't get all her questions right, but she
She got
got
11.
11 because she didn't know what Turbo did. So yeah, and then Jeremy and Aviv were well, Jeremy, I should say, was also a standout. He ended up giving the challenge to Michaela, but they ended up still being in a good spot overall.
Mm.
Any other standouts to you?
No, I felt once CT fell, I was like maybe they can make it up. Cause like the first round, everybody got two,
To three.
three. It was like low numbers. So I was like, it could happen, but it just it did. It did.
Yeah. So we find out that CT and Tay are going straight in, and that Cedric and Michaela are the winners of this challenge. So we are no longer doing points, so everything is just based off your own merit. And then we start to go into some of, well, this is kind of where the Nani and
Anissa.
drama happens, where basically it's presumed that Ashley may have been in the bathroom, or assumed that Ashley was in the bathroom. But Nani was like, "Hey, I haven't talked to you for a while. What's going on?" And Anissa was basically saying her piece, which she has every right to do, and says like, "Hey, I feel like you weren't taking up for me." And all Nani heard was, "Why are you putting me in a situation that I don't want to be in?" And it's between you. And that's the thing I feel like my problem with Nani's perspective is it's not Anissa's putting you into the drama between her and Ashley, but you're supposed to be my friend. And if that's your friend, that's fine. But you're okay with her body shaming me, talking to me like this, and you're basically just allowing it to happen without saying, hey, this is not cool. And I think that's all Anissa, from what I got, is all Anissa really was like trying to say is that I feel alone. Y'all are my friends. It's awkward in the room that I sleep in. Y'all haven't really checked up on me. Y'all kikiing with her and y'all know what she did was wrong. And, I don't know. And then Nani was just super like confrontational. And Anissa was just like,
Yeah, she took it from 0 to 100. And Lisa kept kind of being like, and I don't know if Nani ever really answered the question. Lisa's like, why are you doing all this for? Like all the this, and then she was punching her hand. I was like, this was a lot, Nani.
yeah. And then Ashley, I guess they start to move out, or Anissa starts to move out the room. And then Ashley and Nani just carry on. And it's just like,
And
it
the
was,
fact that you carry
it
on
was
like that is that we weren't friends for real.
yeah, it was basically given that. And not even said like Anissa hasn't done anything for her. But again, you're the main one talking about separating game from like personal.
Yeah.
You're making this all about the game, whereas like at this point, your and Anissa's friendship is beyond the game. And for you to like just disregard that, I feel like is very nasty. And that's the whole vibe I got from Nani and Ashley, and it's just y'all being nasty. And like for it basically validated everything Anissa was feeling because y'all were being mean girls. Well, I don't want to use mean girls, because we know how the Love Island fandom are about that word. But they were just being nasty, and for you to like joke around instantly like that shows that you really didn't care to begin with.
Yeah, Nani was definitely yeah, I understood Anissa in this situation because like you said, I just need you to acknowledge that your friend was wrong instead of like your friend do something wrong that you immediately start, hanging out and kicking with her in the same instance when y'all ain't saying like, oh, that you can tell your friend, girl, that was wrong, that was crazy. Don't do that no more. You could tell, or you could tell your friends your opinion on that without it being
Type.
offensive to your friend.
Yeah.
And I think Ashley initially was giving off vibes of, I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But once it's like nobody checking it, oh, I'm not wrong. Actually, I'm not sorry. Actually, it's still forget Anissa. So I was like, okay, so you really wasn't sorry.
Yeah.
But I think it was appropriate for Anissa to go to the other room. I mean, because that's where her people are.
Yeah.
Why would you even want to stay with people who don't talk about you, don't defend you, and all this stuff? It doesn't matter if they've been like somebody said, I think it was Olivia. It doesn't matter like
History.
what's been with you for
Yeah.
20 years history. This is right now, and the history is. of
Apparently
you.
not important to
You know what?
apparently the history not important to Nani, so
Yeah, so but even then, it's like none of these people have put you at their number one from what we can
yeah.
see in the history, which is why I'm totally okay with how her and Olivia being friends, her and the fact that her and Tori were BFFs and stuff like that. Because these are people who, yet they when they said they was my friend, I was also their number one, not they 10th or they 20th person under rookies.
Yeah.
So I was, I was okay. I am okay with Anissa like aligning herself with different people because you go with people who gonna help you and like you and not mess up your game.
Yeah. And then just again, basic principle. Like again, Anissa never told you to insert yourself in the problem that I have. I just need you to acknowledge what I'm telling you, how I feel, and then that again, like she said, all y'all defended me for like 2 minutes, and then y'all back friends with her, and y'all basically villainizing me for not wanting to be around y'all or like choose to align myself with y'all because again, y'all just being like we seen it through from the beginning of the season that Nani, Ashley were never going to really respect, not even necessarily respect, well, respect Anissa and kind of put her in their plans as far as what the game could is concerned.
Mm,
But um outside of that, we do see CT or CT as they call themselves, trying to figure out who they want. They say they want to go for Leroy in America because that's the easiest options for them. Some people already started mentioning Theo and Adrian, and then even some people started, throwing D and Derek name out there.
mm,
So it's kind of been a few different talks going on throughout the house. We do also see, and this is where, again, Johnny and Gabe come in, where Johnny is like, hey, I got history with Theo, so I don't want to say his name. And I don't care. I got more connections inside the house.
mm,
Okay. Like there was just no like it was just very dismissive and like you're not even trying like okay, if you don't want to say them, at least give
mm.
me an alternative.
Yeah.
Like give me something. Like let me know that we're on at least the same page as far as we don't have to play the same game because we see Derek and D sort of kind of doing that where
Mm.
they're aligned opposites, but they still for the most part can communicate at least. But yeah. And Gabe acting like he is just prime like they've been throwing this word social capital around. Like Gabe doesn't have no social capital.
Yeah,
Like
with the people enough. Yeah, they would definitely turn on him and put him in a second.
yeah. Um I guess we can get to nominations.
Yes.
So we learned that there is no longer a hangnail as well, but the mid-season twist now is people can stake a claim. So basically, the contestants have a chance to claim a new partner ahead of nominations, with one claim available for each team, which I don't think is fair because let's say, for example, Gabe and Janae, if Gabe used the claim to get a new partner, then John A can never switch our partner again, which I don't. I think everybody, like, you don't, I mean, of course, it's going to be too many, but I feel like everybody should have their own claim if, need be. Instead of now
Oh,
with a
yeah,
partner.
one per team.
Yeah, it's one per team. So if Gabe used it, now John A stuck with the, let's say she get, let's
But
say,
that's a new team now. If he wins and he takes the person, she ends up in the couple with the person that got their partner taken, and now it's a whole nother team. So can
yeah,
you?
but what if I don't want it? Or let's say, for example, let's say we get two or two, but let me finish explaining. So, if a contestant uses their claim, they compete in a challenge against the current teammate of their desired partner. So, like we said, if Gabe decides to go for Sydney, then Gabe and Turbo will have to compete for Sydney. If Gabe wins, they will form a new partnership with so Gabe and Sydney would now become partners, and then Turbo and Johnny will become a new team. However, if the contestants loses, then they and their original pair will go against nomination. So in this case, if Gabe lost against Turbo, then him and Johnny would have to go against CT and Tay. But with that being said, let's say, for example, three eliminations from now, let's say Gabe used his, I'm John A. Gabe used his, let's say maybe um CT used his, or not CT. Let's say Tay used hers, and
Mm-hmm.
now me and CT are partners. Now, because Tay used hers in her old team and Gabe used, I don't have a vote. So if I'm stuck with CT, let's say because CT is the way he is this season, he's not performing well. I'm stuck with him, and I can't change that, and I don't think that's fair. Like because Gabe used our claim when we were partners, so you know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
think it
It
should
doesn't
be.
really benefit both players. Is very like it's kind of, which it's great to be selfish, but I just feel like at the same token, it's kind of a disadvantage too, because now
Mhm.
I'm stuck with the partner that I may or may not want.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I think the twist is good, but I agree they should have had the stake of claim for each individual person, not the whole group as a whole.
Yeah, but I do think the claim part is nice, especially since we'll get a semi. Definitely, if it like backfires, then we get to kind of see. But I wonder, can they didn't clarify if the eliminated people can, because it's before nominations. But what if I'm CT and I say, hey, I want to stake a claim, but I'm
Hmm.
guessing because they're going in, they can't do that?
If he's eliminated,
Well, if he's nominated, let's say, for example, I'm going straight in, am I not able to stake a claim because I'm going in? And that's also unfair because let's say, for example, if I do end up, let's say the next elimination or whatever, Gabe used his, I get paired with John A. Does that mean we no longer? Well, I guess they will still have one because CT. No, because then he would be. I don't know. See, it's to, I guess I don't really know if it matters for the nominated person to stake a
mhm.
claim. But let's say, for example, if it did work, if I'm CT and I want to stake a claim before nominations, do if I'm able to switch my partners, does that matter? Type of thing. And that's why I said I don't know if they will let them switch their partners because let's say, for example, CT was like, okay, I want Sydney, and he beats Turbo out and gets Sydney, and now Sydney going automatically in elimination when she technically didn't deserve it. So I guess that's why they won't let them do it, but it'd be interesting if that was the case. And then
Mhm.
also, like, do the winning team, if they don't get a vote, are they able to still take a claim if they want to switch partners? Well, I'm assuming they will
Well,
still be able to if they're not the winning team, then they would just move over. But it's just too many, I guess I wish they would clarify all the rules when it comes down to that. But
yeah, yeah, I think we don't know all the rules, but overall, I think that the entire premise of the stake and claim. I
yeah,
like that. It's different to add to it. And I was worried, not really worried, but the whole time I was like, Gabe, if you stake a claim now, it's don't do it right now because you're safe and you have not really been a name that's been thrown out. So literally don't do anything.
yeah.
And
But
you're
if I
fine.
was him, I would take this. I understand
I
that
mean,
too,
if you want to
but
stake it, but don't do it the first one.
I would give me a like let's say for example, you don't have to go like for a big name. Like I'm not gonna go for Sydney, but I can go for Justin and then take Nani. You know what I'm saying? Like, so there's
But why? For
because
the
then I got more social capital now that I'm paired with Nani for the next challenge because I know I'm safer than with Janae.
okay, well,
So
yeah,
let's say, for example, if I don't go first right now, and now me and Janae is nominated, or we get dead last next elimination or next challenge, we're automatically in. And like I said, if we don't get a vote to stake our claim, then I'm stuck with Janae when I could have had a better partner before.
hmm
So if you're a stronger team, then it's smarter to wait. Like Michaela and Cedric, I would wait until maybe we get closer to the final and then be like, okay, Cedric not really performing well anymore. Let me go for Leo or something like that. Versus
Mm,
if we're already an underperforming team, I might as well get myself a little bit more social capital by going for somebody that's connected in the game, like a Ashley or a Nani, and then take out Leo. I'm pretty sure Gabe wouldn't take out Leo, but take out Leo and or Justin, and then I know I'm safe in the game.
yeah.
So
Yeah. I think that what is his name? The is Theo and Adrian, right? Versus CT and Tay.
yep.
I was hoping for Leroy in America because obviously I love TT. But I felt like Tay had a more,
She
I
put
don't
it
know.
right. She deserved to. Well,
I felt like maybe just because I don't know. I feel like Adrian was like locked in, but I think the this challenge that the not challenge elimination that they did, it was a great equalizer, I think.
yeah.
I
So
think it was great because at first I was like, I don't know, Leroy in America might be easier to beat than uh, uh than Theo and Adrian, but also you never know because we never seen America in elimination, have we?
no. Yeah.
No, so
But no, she was supposed to go against Naya, but it got
she ended up having to go. Yes,
yeah.
so I would have liked to see America, see how she performs since we haven't seen her in anything.
Yeah, and I feel like also it's part of the game to be socially connected, but I
Mhm.
also feel like America and Leroy hasn't really been. It was my same problem with, well, Theo's kind of different, never mind. But I just feel like America and Leroy just playing the game. They're doing just enough because they know they're protected. Like they're not really, I haven't seen them really fight to be and like, you know what I'm saying? Like it just seemed like, oh, if we win, we win. If we lose, we lose. We'll be all right. I feel like that's kind of, especially Leroy. I feel like he's relying too much on just kind of being safe. And I think Olivia said it too. Like Nani is the most influential person in that house right now. So like what she says pretty much goes.
Mhm.
So and her number one is always going to be Leroy. So yeah. Well, at least
And
number one male, I should say.
yeah. So we go to the
Elimination.
I'm
And
not about to say the arena. We go to the elimination. And they already have the challenge set up. Everybody's confused about what's the elimination setup, sorry. And looks kind of confused about what's happening because they don't never know what's happening on the eliminations.
mhm.
Um, but basically they have a two rows, I think, of
Yeah.
balls, and they
So
have
they're
to put
given
it in.
50 balls where one team member is ball floated and
Mhm.
must use the ball launcher to fire the balls at 15 targets while their partners direct them. And the team that hits the most target wins, and the tie is broken by time. So, like you said, this was a very equalizer. I think the problem is CT and Tay were a little bit more gung ho, where they were just kind of shooting, whereas Theo and Adrian were kind of, all right, we missed. Let's take our time to recalibrate, figure out
Mhm.
exactly, where if we need to go up. So they were utilizing their time and their balls. More efficiently than CT and Tay, who were just kind of shooting. It was like, well, if we get close, we'll just do it and you know. But they run through their balls first, all 50. They end up hitting 7 targets. Theo and Adrian, they end up getting a tie at the last, down to the last two or three balls. But in the end, they was able to win it with that 1 point and gets the overall win, knocking out CT from the competition. I will say if it was a tie, then I assume CT and Tay would have won since they hit more targets faster.
Um,
But yeah, since
yeah,
they got that
yeah,
eighth ball, it broke the tie and yeah.
yeah. that. But it was a fair challenge, and so I wasn't. I don't think it was like nobody was at too big of a disadvantage or vice versa.
Mhm.
They both got out of there. It was, yeah. I don't think anybody was at a disadvantage. I'm just trying to think.
Yeah, I think it was very much fair. I
Yeah,
do think it was time for CT to go. Because
I think
I
this
don't know, I
season.
just felt like a lot of the season was kind of against him. Um,
Yeah,
like TJ said, I can't wait till you come back and show us what you because you know he
yeah,
coming.
because it's about to, he got to come back for revenge. So
These
I mean.
rookies, if they come back next season, they better be ready because
If CT came back and he was like CT, like old school CT, that would be crazy. But like I enjoy seeing him whenever he shows up, so I'm always like rooting for him. But these the rookies have come in and they've seen like older CT, less I don't know volatile CT, and they're taking him as not like they're not putting respect on his name, and so I would like to see CT come back and just win
yeah.
again, again and again and again.
So Theo and Adrian are back in the house. We didn't mention this, but when they were doing their nominations, we do see that not Theo, Adrian and Leo had a little tiff because basically she was like, "If you vote for me, it's over with. Our friendship is done
Oh
because
yes, she did
you're
that.
you're letting these vets get in your head, and that's not like you." And so yeah, I don't think. And Leo knows that he made the wrong choice. You could tell that he did not want to vote for her, but at the same, and I guess that's
Like,
the downside
yeah,
of partners, especially when your vet is like, I don't know, I guess more connected and kind of you really don't have a choice if you're partnered with a vet. You're definitely like a Janae, then kind of I wouldn't say Gabe run the team between the two, but he can do more rogue stuff versus like a Nani or Ashley, where they're essentially running the team. Like they say you have a choice, but like the whole conversation her and Theo had, Leo had, Ashley was like, "Yeah, we'll come back and we'll talk about our choices." It wasn't no choice. It was you're going to vote for Adrian and Theo, and
that's
that.
basically what he said. And I was like, Leo, you've been talking all this stuff, and
I'm not
but
letting the vets run y'all out.
yeah, when it came time to this, you didn't kind of speak up for your friend, even though, like she said, you could just pick somebody else. And then to say, I'm not the one that said it. It's your team. So if you didn't like give into it, it couldn't have happened.
Yeah. And we easily saw, excuse me, we easily saw people burn votes. So,
Yeah, they could just burn it on somebody who don't have no points and just be like, this is a burn vote. I'm sorry. And then at this point, they're like towards the end of the line. So
yeah.
I think he should have not said his friend's name.
Yeah. But that is our recap and review. I
Yeah.
still rooted for Cedric and Michaela. I think they are taking it all, unless Michaela switch partners and get Jeremy, and then they taking it. But right now, it's definitely a tie between Cedric, Jeremy, and I guess you could throw Turbo in there, but Michaela is definitely the
I'm
front
trying to think who else
runner.
I'm on the side of in the game. Um, I think, yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Michaela and Cedric as well. They seem to really work well together. They always coming out on the top, especially Michaela. She's been number one since the show started. So I can see it. Now that CT is gone, unfortunately, I will have to switch allegiance and go with I think Michaela for winning. Not switch allegiance from CT, but for the game of who's left. Thank you for watching our video. Please like and subscribe to our channel. Leave us a comment down below. Let us know what you thought of the episode, and we will see you on our next one. Peace.